Well, indeed, Deputy President William Ruto is in town. He arrived this evening accompanied by a host of members of parliament here to show their support for the Deputy President ahead of his trial that starts Tuesday at 9:30. He was received by Kenya's ambassador to the Netherlands, Rose Makena Mushiri. Here are some of these pictures of his arrival this evening.
Anything to say before the trial? How are you feeling? Hi.
Well, it is a high-profile case that is set to generate a lot of interest. Of course, all eyes will be trained on the International Criminal Court just behind me, starting tomorrow at 9:30, when the case against Deputy President William Ruto and journalist Joshua Arap Sang opens here at The Hague. Now, Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda says she is ready to make her case against the two, and the defense at the same time says they are ready to counter whatever it is that Bensouda has to present before the judges. Earlier, there was a press conference where the two sides gave their views on the trial that is set to start tomorrow.
When the trial against Mr. William Ruto and Mr. Joshua Sang begin, we will present to the judges the evidence that we have gathered during our investigations. In doing so, we will not only be seeking to assist the judges to uncover the truth, but we will also be sending a clear message to would-be perpetrators that my office will relentlessly pursue anyone alleged to be responsible for the commission of such crimes.
You will hear tomorrow at the opening of this case what a lamentable shambles the prosecution investigation has been. A parody of justice.
All rise, veuillez vous lever.
It is a preview of a legal battle that has been 4 years in the making. A legal face-off between ICC Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda on one hand and Deputy President William Ruto, journalist Joshua Arap Sang on the other, that has waded through ripples of opposition, including charges from the court's most vocal critics that it's biased against Africa. But Tuesday morning, Prosecutor Fatou Bensouda will be trying to convince the judges that the two were criminally responsible for the violence that followed the 2007 presidential vote, and the defense teams are already tearing into the 4 years of work as patchy at best.
We have had to overcome many serious obstacles, and finally, the process of unveiling the truth is upon us.
We will not know who was responsible, but we will know who was not responsible.
Much as prosecutor has put emphasis on victims in terms of people who suffered as a consequence of the violence, there is the part of the fact that Mr. Sang himself is a victim, and we would have wished that the prosecutor also gives attention to that.
But it is a brave face that the prosecutor is putting on ahead of trial, faced with the reality of witnesses slipping through her fingers at an unprecedented scale, that she is not out of options.
Retaliating against witnesses and interfering with the collection of evidence are all serious offenses under the Rome Statute that carry a maximum of 5 years imprisonment.
But it will be a court battle laced with some firsts. The first time that a deputy head of state will voluntarily face trial in an international court. Tuesday's case, a bellwether for the even more anticipated trial of President Uhuru Kenyatta on the same charge in November. It has been an unsettling thought for political leaders who last week voted to end their relationship with the Rome Statute, and this resolve continues to trouble the court.
Of course, for the court, that is a matter of grave concern, not because of the fact that Kenya, as a sovereign state, would not be entitled to do so, but because of the fact that the fundamental principle underlying our ICC statute, the fight against impunity, that this would simply be a wrong message in that respect.
Well, it was on the 5th of November 2009 when the then prosecutor of the International Criminal Court gave a notice to the ICC presidency that he wished to start looking into the Kenyan situation. And almost 4 years later, the date is finally set, 10th September 2013, and Deputy President William Ruto and journalist Joshua Arap Sang will be facing justice here at the International Criminal Court. The first of its kind, really, because it is the really first time that a sitting deputy head of state will have a taste of the international criminal justice system. Sheila Sendeo reporting for NTV at the International Criminal Court at The Hague.